this morning I of course didn't have my baking. I was gonna drink, every single time before I go lift. I usually drink some baking soda with water, and yeah, I waited an hour, and I did wait an hour today, but that's not why. Because instead what happened was I went to see my baking soda, and I saw it in my backpack, and I saw it's open, and the whole thing's like all over my one zipper, like it's all over the one part of my backpack. So no more baking soda. I'm probably gonna have to buy some more today. Find a new place to buy it, and be more careful about it, because yeah, that's kind of sucks. But yeah, then instead last time I ate that peanut butter sandwich with the honey on it, and I did really good in my workout, so I decided to do that again. See what's up with it. And also, you know what? Maybe I can start doing that more, because here's the thing as well. Before every single wrestling practice for me last year, like majority of it, I used to eat peanut butter with the honey, and I used to wait an hour till practice. Like I would have to drive, and it'd probably take an hour to get there. So I had to. That sucked. Some people can go like 1 minute, like they'll live right on campus. It'll be like 2 minutes to walk to the wrestling practice, maybe. But I had to drive an hour every single day back and forth. So, and I had no camera back then, which I wasn't recording my videos, which is cool now that I can record the videos, because now it's more fun, driving on the road. Now if I want to talk, I went yesterday as well. I just randomly took my camera and just was driving around for 50 minutes. Actually, I didn't even know it was that long. I was driving for so long, and yeah, I was it was just like, it's cool now to have this whole thing. Even though I'm not getting any views right now, I don't care. I'm still, I enjoy doing this, and that's the thing. I'm not getting money from this because I have no views, but like I enjoy doing this regardless. And I generally have a passion for doing this. I really enjoy it, and this morning as well, I was eating my peanut butter sandwich, of course, the honey, and I noticed every single time I ate it as well for the practice and stuff like that, I performed really good. So maybe there's some side. There probably is obviously some science behind it. Some getting your carbs in, getting healthy fats, peanut butter, a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that probably helps your practice. That's true. But I felt like whenever I took it before my matches, I ate peanut butter and stuff like that, it actually like negatively affected me. I felt like, but like before I go to practices or stuff like that, it actually helps me. I feel like maybe eating rice instead, because maybe it's more heavy, the peanut butter sandwich, for tournament days, but on normal days it's good enough. Maybe that's it. I felt like as well when I ate rice and chicken before rice or stuff like that before my practices or stuff like that, I performed really good. So, but it's of course waiting an hour for you to fully digest everything. So this morning I had to edit a video, and I was saving it, and it didn't save, so I had to redo it, and it took another like 10-20 minutes to do that. And in the meantime I was playing some Rocket League, of course. I recently started playing that again, because I don't play any games. The Rocket League is a skill-based game. It's like a game that's reliant on you completely. It's not about the game, it's not about anything, it's about you completely. Of course, it's not as popular as it used to be back in that 2016, even 2020 period, where it got really popular again, due to the whole lockdown and everything. And that's something that, here's what was going on. So I was playing Rocket League, of course, and there's a tab where you can play songs, and of course I couldn't listen to music on my phone. And what I realized is nowadays I listen to music that more like boosts my mood, not boost my mood, but makes me feel like more like that I'm like doing something, like more like the music that like boss people, like not cornballs. Like cornballs listen to this music, but people that are like also like rich or trying to get rich or doing whatever, like they usually listen to this type of music, and I feel like it's really helped me. And so I started to listen to that music a little more instead of cutting out the music completely, because I don't think music completely was the main issue. I mean, of course, if you're listening to like 5 hours on full volume, that's the issue. But I feel like as long as you don't let it affect your mood, and also as well, social media was a big factor to it, and not doing anything while listening to the music, of course. Shin's still hurting a little bit, which is, it's weird. My knees, my shin, I don't even know what the other part is. Where they are protected. Where you how you wear those soccer players wear those pads under their socks. Yeah, that position as well. That place is also hurting. Wait, is shin the one on top of the foot, or I thought it was below the knee? Whatever's below the knee, that one's hurting as well, and then my thing below, right next to my foot, so that's hurting as well. But either way, I was listening to my I was playing, and I was listening to the background music, there was like a playlist and stuff like that, and I saw a playlist from like that was made like 6 years ago now, and I was playing it, and I was like, and like all of a sudden, like I remember like listening to that music while playing that exact same game like 6 years ago, and all of a sudden like all these memories were like flashing back, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's crazy to think about, because that time, like right before the lockdown and everything like that was the last time I truly had real friends. Afterwards, I had that brief period where in my ninth grade, towards the end of the year, where I started becoming friends with everybody again, and that was cool and everything like that, but after that, really, I didn't really have, and the brief period in my 10th grade year, my 10th grade year where I was friends with everybody, but after that, really, it all just went downhill, and I was like really thinking about it, like, that time was like, even though it's like crazy to think like how much people were actively against me every single day, and just like, it was just either way, I was just remembering all the memories, you know, exactly what my thoughts were when those music was playing, and just really thinking like what would myself from like 6 years ago now. 6 years ago is crazy. Oh my god. It's like crazy how much time, like it feels like 6 years ago. I feel like that time was like way longer than just 6 years, it feels like. And 6 years, it's like crazy to think, oh, 6 years just passed. You know what I'm saying? That's like you going from like 2nd grade to 8th grade. And now it's like 6 years passed. You know what I'm saying? It's like absolutely crazy to think about. And like it really feels like the 6 years were a lot. It feels like it might have been like 15 years ago, because of how different my life was back then. Oh my, everything is so different. I'm like, what would I really think right now if I was looking back? And I'm like, it's like crazy to think about. Like thinking about, like, I don't even enjoy playing anymore. I used to love playing on my Xbox and stuff like that. Don't even play anymore. But don't even. And yeah, I could just like get a full picture of everything that happened. If I can get if I was in my because after that period, literally everything went downhill. Like before that period, I had some bad moments in my life, like some like low moments, like really down, especially like some moments like that. But afterwards, that's where a lot of the stuff got like 10 times worse. So if I could really, like, it's crazy to think, like, looking back now, like, and it's just crazy, the whole journey, literally everything. And then 2 years later from that period, I decided to start wrestling, I think it was. Or, yeah, 2 years ago after that period, I decided to start wrestling. And it's crazy to think, even just thinking, like, when you were first wrestling, like, thinking, like, where you were a year ago, you know what I'm saying? And, like, every single time, it's, like, it's crazy to think, like, how far you could truly, not come sort of, but, like, it's, like, at the same time, even though I'm better physically, like, my social life was a lot more better back then, and I felt like, you know, maybe, as soon as I started losing the weight and stuff like that, the more weight I lost, all of a sudden, the less friends I had. So it's weird to think about it like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I started, yes, it's like when I was losing more weight, I started losing more friends, but having more quality friends. Like, my quality, like, I have more closer friends, like, closer, like, solo, like, individual friends, but had lesser of that group friends, you know what I'm saying? And either way, that individual friends, they ended up, started drifting apart towards senior year. Really, everyone really started drifting apart for me, and I just noticed that, like, when I was my worst self, I had the most of my friends, and at the same time, though, I had really good, I was really good at socializing, and that whole period was just so much fun back then. Nowadays, it's it's more like if I can get a flash, like a future, like a time machine to show myself in 6 years, like my 6 years, like 6 years ago, if I could, like, if you can see, like, where I am now, it would be, like, crazy to think about. Oh yeah, he's in his 2nd year of wrestling in college, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Who has all these high strength. I've never even considered lifting before. I never even thought it would be lifting in my life. I didn't even know what anything was with lifting. I never even knew anything. It's just crazy to think about, like, everything, you know what I'm saying? But that's why it's so special, because I never seen anybody do anything like this. But at the same time, the reason why I haven't seen anything like this is because it's more like 20 years ago, things like this wouldn't really happen, because there wasn't, like, a lot more people are getting more bigger now, so that's also one factor. But also, There's a lot more comfort compared to before, where everyone used to go out and stuff like that. Now it's like a lot of stuff are online. You can stay at home and just do a ton of stuff. You know, back then you used to, when you stay at home, back like 20 years ago, you were seen as weird probably. But nowadays you can do that and you'll just be seen in school. You'd be like, oh yeah, he's saving his aura. Don't do that. Don't be one of those guys who just skip stuff because they want to save aura. I used to do that as well sometimes. I used to not come to school on days. But I was sick as well, but I used to think to myself, like, if I keep missing these days, I'm gonna have so much more aura when I come back. I'm not sure how true that was, because I ended up missing half the school year, so I don't know what people were thinking, like, what was actually going on with me, because I had a lot of stuff happening my senior year, so I was barely even in school, and now seeing me doing this well, so... As well, as well as seeing the whole. Imagine if, I was thinking about it right before I got into the car. Imagine if I started documenting my journey right when I started doing the weight loss transformation, which a lot of people should do, because then you get more people to hold you accountable. But the thing is, as well, there's so much hate comments. Even now, I still get hate comments. Not really on my main account, on my wrestling account, because I'm a wrestler. No one's gonna really hate on a wrestler too much. Maybe some people are like, oh yeah, that's weird, you're saying this. But no one really thinks that. Like, no one ever said that to me or anything like that. I never really got too much hate. Maybe I got one hate calling me, like, I speak like a California girl. So I don't really know, like, how fast I speak in the Daily Journey videos. Which maybe he was slightly true, because I was just reading off a script back then. So I used to write down my whole script for my daily journeys. But now I just say it out loud while I'm going, because I just record everything. So, yeah. God, I don't think I really got too much hate comments. I got some on Instagram and stuff like that, but not really too much. But like, if I was starting the weight loss transformation, I feel like I would get so much hate comments. Like, everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, you look horrible. Why are you even trying this stuff like that?" And some people also support me. Like, a lot of people support me. And a lot back then, I feel like there wasn't a lot more haters as there are now. Now it's crazy. I feel like almost everyone is negative all the time and stuff like that, and it's weird. And yeah, or if I just started documenting the journey, if I just started documenting the journey back when I was doing the weight loss, and I just like told the viewers, oh, I'm gonna consider joining wrestling, because I was considering joining wrestling, and for a long time, I didn't want to do it. But literally 2 days before, I decided, like the day before, I finally told my parents that my mom was in a country, went for vacation, and so my dad was only home, so I told him the day before that I wanted to get shoes for wrestling, like literally like at like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. I wanted to get wrestling shoes. I didn't tell anybody I was wrestling. I gave my mom the form to sign out, but I'm like, all right, I might be considering doing track, maybe. But I didn't. I like maybe, and like, yeah, I said maybe, but like, I was like, I was really nervous, but I didn't show up to the meeting, of course. I didn't want anyone judging me. I remember going downstairs for the first time. I was so nervous, and I went there, and like, I remember exactly the whole place. And yeah, it's interesting first practice. Where I threw up when I got home, and I couldn't really eat anything. I couldn't get up. I couldn't walk or anything like that. The next day, I didn't go to school. I was so beat up. And afterwards, I kept on going. But I should have imagine if I documented the whole thing, like the whole journey, showing everything. That would have been crazy. But look, I'm documenting the college thing now, so it's even cooler now. Everyone could document their high school stuff. I saw this one guy who's documenting his high school journey, which is pretty cool. And the thing is, what's cool about him is he's documenting his high school journey, and he can document his college journey, because he already showed that he is probably going to wrestle in college. So it's a big commitment, but he could do it. He comes from a more, more high income area with a lot of resources to help him out. So I don't have those resources compared to him. I'm just really, I go to Dollar Tree. I went to Chipotle to get spoons so I can eat my ice cream from Dollar Tree. Like, I don't think you understand. I'm not really having too much resources. But yeah, I'm gonna go right now and lift, and I'll let you know how it goes with it. What a great lift I just had right now. I'm so happy about that right now. You know what? I actually love hitting biceps. Oh my god. I love hitting biceps so much. Oh my god, this is amazing. I used to hate upper body day, and I used to love leg day, but I love doing bicep curls to complete failure. Oh my god, it feels amazing. So I started off with 60 pounds I went for 14 reps. It was good. It was good for just like, just for, speed and stuff like that, and just heavy weight for, I held it when I was up there, for a second, so I paused when I was up there, and overall it's really good. But then afterwards I did 45 pounds. That one was a little rougher because I did the 60 pounds of complete failure, so I did 45 pounds, and I did it for 6 reps, and usually that's what you should usually stop at a superset. But you know, I wanted to go extra more, just get that, see that extra, you know, bit of muscle and stuff like that. So like, I want to see my, you know, knowing you go to complete failure, your biceps and everything. So you know, this is right after I lifted. So I just finished my set. I ran back here. This is my exact live thoughts and everything. So yeah, right after my oh my god, I gotta put my seat back. Something's up in my knee now. The seat thing is happening right when I started, you know, back in August, where it's hurting my knee every single time I was driving, but then it was alright, and now it's hurting again. So I gotta figure out what that issue is. But yeah, I went all the way to complete failure. I did 20. Then I held the 25 pounds in both hands. This time I was only able to do 10 reps. Last time I did 20 reps, but I got a lot more reps than the 60 pounds this time. So very happy about that. And yeah, I went to complete failure, and I saw my biceps and everything. I'm not that lean to the point where it's gonna like pop out every single time. It was popping out, but like when I get more lean and stuff like that, like that's when it's gonna be crazy. I might be like some crazy aesthetic dude and like look good, like have crazy amount of strength and everything on me. But you know, there's not a lot of people with the weight transformation I had that actually have that sort of, you know, that aesthetic physique. So I'm gonna might do something like that. You know, there's literally, if you go online, most of them have been like went from skinny to like aesthetic. No one really went from fat to like looking really good, like really lean and strong. There are a couple, like there's one I know of who did it. He took a couple years, but he did it. I mean, I'm doing a short amount of time, but that's just because I don't really know. I don't know really, but I was, yeah, same thing. Like he did it, but he was worse than me. So I think it was like 5'6" something like that, and 280. Or I don't remember how much he was. He was worse than me. Mine was worse, but his was worse. But yeah, he was really good one I saw. I don't remember exactly how. I think it was 230 or something like that, or 220 and 5 foot. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was very heavy. His weight. At least for me, I was over 6 foot when I was there. So like not in the beginning. In my middle school time, I was still 5'10" or something like that. But in high school, I was immediately like 6'1", and I didn't grow after my freshman year. I actually didn't grow a single bit. I actually looked a lot more smaller and a lot more younger than I did my freshman year compared to my senior year, which doesn't usually happen. You know, when a lot of people, when they go from freshman year of high school to senior year, I mean, in the beginning, like if you see my first picture when I first entered the high school, the first time I was ever at the high school, if you see that first picture, I was more I looked a lot younger. But by the time I ended my freshman year, I looked like, because of my hair and everything, it made me look so. I had my hair and everything, my big hair, and I had like my face all fat and everything like that, and all like, you know, I was huge. So I look a lot more older. I looked like, back then I looked like I was 40, and nowadays I look like I'm I look like I'm like probably like 25, to be honest. I look a lot older than I actually am. But the reason why I look older is because everyone's a lot more younger. You know what I'm saying? It's like a key. Hopefully the camera was good. There's a key difference. Like, I mean, there's either two type of kids. One, guys who look. I feel like it's a lot of the girls that look a lot more older. Some of them. Maybe not in my high school. I don't know really what's up in my high school. At least it made me more focused. So. But yeah, in other high schools, you know, they're very tall and look very more older than they actually are. You know, they're, what do you call it? I'm trying to get my train of thoughts right now. I'm just thinking about something else right now, so I'm just getting my thoughts in. But yeah, I looked a lot more older back then, and I never got any my freshman year I was getting comments that I looked really old and everything like that, and my senior year I never really got any compliments. I don't know, I kind of had a downfall my senior year. When I had the dirty bulk again, I kind of had a huge downfall there, and I feel like that was more perspective. I talked about it once before. It's like it gave me more of a perspective of how people that are overweight go through their day-to-day life. Like, but the thing was with me was I looked like I was looking really good before, so when I had that glow, it was actually a little worse. Cause people were like, oh yeah, this kid just fell off. He ruined everything he just had. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the downfall started when I bleached my hair. Like, it came out as like, it didn't even come out as like bleach. It came out like oranges, and like everyone was making fun of it. Everyone's like, yeah, orange head. People would call me Cheeto. Some people would be like, your hair looks like Pete. And eventually, I one time got a haircut like right around February time. I got my hair, like, I cut off some of my hair and stuff like that, and so I did it so like the sides were black, but the top was like blonde still, and it looked really, really good. Actually, I thought it was really good. And eventually, I'm like, I'm buzzing my hair, and I buzzed the entire thing. I don't mean like a buzz. I mean like you can see my head and everything. I was like almost bald basically. I got rid of all the hair on my thing. The reason why I did this was I wanted to lock in. You know what I'm saying? It was that winter. It was on March time. So it was after I stopped talking to somebody that I was talking to for a very long time, and I got into a whole thing. It was a very long story. I probably messed up the whole thing. Probably was all on me. I was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I did something that was supposed to be private for. Like, I gave her something, and I didn't want anyone to know about it, and yeah, everyone figured it out, and I got a little upset about it, which I shouldn't have, actually. I think it was actually a good thing, but it was like everyone, I kind of, this was all on me. No, it wasn't all on me, because I was, one of my friends, like, one of my classmates, I'm not calling him my friend, he was my friend at the time. Nowadays, we don't even talk to each other or anything like that, because I cut off everybody from high school. So I'm not cut off, I don't hang out with anybody, so I don't go to parties or anything like that, and that's all they really do. So after that, it's the only time people talk to each other is at parties. No one talks to each other anymore. Everybody's online all the time. It used to be looked down upon when people are like online, like they'll be like, oh yeah, the gamers are the losers and everything like that. But now it's everybody's online. Nobody talks to each other, and it's like, if you don't go to parties or anything like that, which I don't even know what they do because they're immature. They're just so immature. That's the issue. And I'm like, I don't really like anybody. Everyone from there is like, for me, I'm like 19. I turned 19 now a couple months ago. I'm already starting. I already showed you my whole thing. I'm going at everything so hard because I have that energy, and I'm like, I can't waste it just sitting around doing nothing. I might as well just party and be like these losers then if I'm gonna keep sitting around. Sure, I can play video games, but let's say, for example, in the last 6 months, for the last 8 months, what's one thing that I remember from my video games? Nothing. I don't remember anything. I played and I have fun on my games, but I haven't really played really too much. I probably played maybe 1-2 hours. It really depends. Some hours I'll play, some days I'll play more, but I never play too much. And maybe that's a little bit of an issue now. So this is thing that was happening is people are saying that video games aren't fun anymore because everyone's like so like scrolling all the time, like getting all dopamine and stuff like that, and they don't enjoy sitting around and just playing games anymore. And maybe that's something a little bit, but I don't enjoy anything like really. I started playing Rocket League and I'm starting to enjoy that more, but besides that, I don't really enjoy any other games. So for me, could I even go here? There, why not just go in the parking lot? I haven't been here in so. Oh my god. Yo, look at this back place. Oh my god. I remember here they had this whole show thing back in Halloween, I think it was, or I don't remember what day it was. It was some random day. They had this whole show thing over here. They were doing this Halloween show. They had this thing. They would set the fire, just something like car on fire, and they would, clear it up. And it was like a whole show and everything. I remember being here. I remember a girl saying hi to me, and I said hi back, and she knew who I was. She was actually at my gym class, and I didn't know who she was at the time, and she knew who I was, and she said hi to me and everything. Very, very nice person. And yeah, on the way back, but I was with my brother, and he's like clowning me. He's like, yeah, you don't even know how to talk to girls. You don't even know how to do this. And I'm like, I didn't even know who she was, at the time. Yeah, she was a very nice person. At least in front of me. Or just in general. Wasn't a mean person or anything like that. Very, actually, too nice, as a matter of fact. To the point where you're thinking maybe this is a little fake. Because I don't know what happened afterwards. Because I heard that, I'm not going to talk about it. But whatever. But yeah, that was really, I think we talked a little more in our gym class a little bit. And then afterwards, every single time we go near each other, we would feel like this little awkward thing. And we wouldn't talk to each other ever again. So I think. And also, I started having my little glow down not glow down, but like I started gaining more weight, and yeah, glow down basically. Because in the start when I came in here in 7th grade, I was really lean and everything like that, and I looked really good, so everyone was like on, on top of me. I actually got See, this is like why now I don't even sound relatable, because in the first like 2 weeks of school, I was the most I don't know, popular girl. She was like a really, she was like the cheerleader, the main one that everyone wanted. Asked me out in the first like 2 weeks of the school year. At the time, I didn't really know everybody, so everyone, I was outside and I was just walking around a bit. I don't really know exactly what I was doing. I was just walking around. I didn't really have any friends, so I just walk around and I saw there was usually groups that were formed, so I usually just go into the groups and usually talk there and stuff like that. We had like big groups and stuff like that in our middle school and the outside, so I used to go there. And yeah, one day this girl that was seeing, everyone ran up to me and like, oh my god, I can't believe this. She wants to date you or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. All of them, they just ran up to me. And I'm like, no, I don't want her. Because I didn't want to date anybody. So I'm like, because my parents were, I don't know, it'd be weird. Like, all of a sudden, like, I was still like that little kid and everything like that. I felt like I was like, not little, like I was like, seen as like, I don't know, I was in 7th grade. What are you talking about dating? So like, yeah, I like said, no, I don't want her. Maybe she was not used to this, because no one ever says no to her. But I didn't even find her like, oh, she had glasses on, so I'm like, she looks like a geek. She was, but yeah, like with and without glasses, she was like two different people. So I don't know really. I didn't mess with. I used to like look at people that had glasses on, like, yeah, like that person's a nerd. So I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. So yeah, I said no actually, and yeah, everyone was like so shocked, and everyone's like, oh yeah, aren't you like dating her and everything like that? And I'm like, no, because no one ever rejects her, but I did, because I did not. But see, now I don't sound relatable. Now I sound like some dude that was like a high guy. But no, this was just random. And let me just quickly, yeah, in that first couple weeks, everybody was on to me, and I don't know exactly what happened after. Yeah, man, I remember I started gaining more weight, and people's like, I started acting more childish. I feel like I was very funny back then. Everyone used to love me back then, and I used to do some stupid stuff. Like, I remember when it was snowing outside, and I like at the bus stop, like right at the bus, like that right in front of the bus, like right around that area. I was like, it was snowing outside, and I was doing like take the L emo. Why am I saying this? I don't remember what I was doing. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing something. Yeah, I shouldn't have been doing that. And everyone was like laughing. I was like, so funny. I used to do stuff like that. I was like, that guy who I was. So no one, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I started gaining weight more, and I started being that type of person instead of being that It's just weird thinking back on it. It was like, I feel like it would have been more fun in high school as well. But the thing was, I feel like after COVID, it changed everything. That's when the pandemic, right after my 8th grade year, that's when the pandemic, like right in the middle of it. That's when the pandemic hit. And I didn't get the end of the 8th grade experience. And I felt like after that, everything literally changed. Sure, in high school, it's a big change, but everything changed. Everyone was a lot less social. It was a lot more digital, everything, Really, everything was just more weird. 11th grade was the first real time where we had a real year. And either way, everyone was all weird and everything, because it was the first real year. 10th grade was also a first year, real year, but we still had the mask on and everything until late until like maybe March or April. I'm not too sure exactly what it was. But yeah, so like, we really didn't have a real experience until 11th grade, and afterwards everyone was weird. And then senior year, I wasn't really around anybody as well, because I had my sicknesses, I had my health issues and everything. So yeah, but yeah, that was the whole thing. So yeah, that was the whole story I had just right now and there. So maybe she did think I was, that looked good and everything like that, and that's why she said hi to me. Because why would she say hi to a random person? Or but how would she know? And then she talked to me once or twice, and she gave me a compliment, and it stuck with me till to this day. Like, I still remember it right now. So it was great, just having that memory. And yeah, the only issue is she always is beefing with another guy. So like, maybe that's not a good person to exactly go with. So yeah, I'm not going exactly there. And also, I don't talk to anybody. Maybe in the future, because she is a nice person, not a mean person. A little bit too sweet to a point where it's a little suspicious. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't really. I don't even know what people think when they see me. Maybe they think like, I don't even know. I don't even care about my looks or anything anymore. If I look good or not, I have a ton of you know, there's a lot more girls compared to guys that stalk my content account and stuff like that, and I think it's because girls are more online, so and more like I don't know. I don't have a lot of guys watching my thing. It's mostly just girls, so I'm from my area and everything like that, and that knew me and stuff like that. I even had girls from my old like elementary, middle school place that still watch me. So I don't know. I must have left a good mark there. I don't really know what that's about, but yeah, it's just either way, I still have my huge thing where everything went down. That's the thing with me. That's why I was talking about the 8th grade and the start of the video. How my 8th grade, like how hearing that music, how it pushed me back in time, and I was just remember my old memories because back then I was like talk to everybody, and then I gained a ton of weight through the whole lockdown and everything like that, and I had really bad experiences, stuff like that, with some other people and that weren't in my family, other people, and yeah, it was just a whole really dark period for me. I didn't talk to anybody for a year afterwards until the end of my freshman year. I actually didn't look at anybody in the eye, didn't talk to anybody. I didn't have the confidence to even speak to anybody. That's how messed up I was. So yeah, but now I'm back to my full best. And as well, if I could show myself, because 8th grade year and my freshman year, they were two different people. So every single time I was in my, when I go to the school day throughout my 9th grade year, I was thinking all the time to my 8th grade year when I used to talk to everybody, when I used to be friends with everybody. And now I'm not around all these strangers. Everyone in the classrooms were complete strangers mostly. So, yeah, so, and now if I could throw back time to my 9th grade year, where I was literally the worst mental state of my life, worst, place in my life, had no one to talk to or anything like that. I wish I could show him, look, you made it. You actually made a friend. I just wish I had a friend. That was really it. Someone that I could genuinely, actually be friends with. And the problem is I didn't ever find it. I've never had a real friend where, there's, some dude would be yeah, we would play online, we would hang out, we would do all type of stuff. Never. In high school, I never even played online with anybody. Or hang out. I didn't hang out. I hanged out one time. That was it. But I never really played with anybody. I never really had fun with anybody. I never really had anybody, and that was a thing that I always felt like I was an outcast there. So wrestling for me, doing my sport, lifting, stuff like that, it makes me feel like I'm somebody. But yeah, I set up a challenge where every single day now I'm gonna have to have at least one social I don't want to say this, but I was gonna do it yesterday and I cowered out. I remember the previous video, which was yesterday basically, I was recording it and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and I'm gonna talk to one person there. I ended up not going to Home Depot and I ended up cowarding out. So today, every single day I said I'm gonna do one social interaction at least, and I had a social interaction today. We exchanged a couple words, and just every single day now I gotta have a social interaction. I'm gonna go maybe try to get another one today, because I had one and it counted. He took my my spot and everything like that, so I talked to him for 10 seconds. I was gonna have another social interaction. Some guy was wearing the exact same sweater as me, and sweatpants. So I'm like, yo, we were matching. But when I was leaving, and I was gonna talk to him. I was after my stats. I was gonna talk to him. He was gone. So I couldn't find him. So I'm like, all right, he must have left. So yeah, I'm gonna try to have one social interaction every single day with somebody. It's not gonna be fun and everything like that. It's gonna suck, but you gotta get out of your comfort zone. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. It's gonna help me out. And every single day after I'm done with my social interaction, I'll let you know how it goes. So yeah, that was the day today. Really, I had a really good. I didn't even explain what I did when I was lifting. For incline dumbbell bench, I stayed the same at 100 for 7 reps. A little disappointed, but yeah, it was alright. It felt a lot more better when I was moving it up. I wasn't fighting every single rep. But the last 2 reps I had to fight hard for it. And yeah, it's a little rough, so I only got it for 7 reps. Which I didn't take the baking soda. I still have to buy the baking soda, so yeah, that was good. Then I did shoulder press. I got 100 reps, 150 reps for 4, which the first 3 reps felt really easy, and the last rep felt hard. So that was it. Then I lowered it to 135. Afterwards, and I got it for 6 reps, and yeah, it felt fast the first 5 reps, which was really good. It felt really fast, so I'm like, that's really good. I'm able to move 135 for fast. I couldn't even do this months ago, so it's really good. I can move for 1 rep, so that's really good. I did chest press. I upped it by 5 pounds, and I lost a rep there, but that was pretty good. And then I did the bicep curls, hammer curls, which I told you about. And yeah, overall that was really good. You know, I cleared my head up a bit, and I feel really good. And I'm just trying to keep this positive mentality, keep this positive thing, and just like go around just smiling. Really, you know, you don't want to walk around and just be upset all the time, mad. You know what I'm saying? Because let's think about it. If you're smiling every single day for like 6 months, let's say, for example, you're gonna be a lot more happier. Let's say if you're upset and you're just walking around like feeling like an NPC, like walking like an NPC. 6 months later, you're gonna feel the same or even worse because you're not talking to anybody. So might as well just smile and keep this good mood. You know, there's nothing. Being negative all the time doesn't help you, and everyone's got like some terrible stuff. Maybe some person watched their family, you know, they lost a family member in front of them or whatever it is. Everyone's got something. Sure, what I went through wasn't the best as well, but everyone's got something. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to define yourself based on your losses. You want to define yourself based on how you overcame those losses and how you're really winning. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm doing right here. That's why I'm documenting this whole thing. Everyone right now is watching right now. At least that's cool though. At least that every single one of these guys who used to like think that they're the best wrestler in the state and everything like that and all this stuff, they're watching me. I had a Cornell 2-time All-American guy like one of my stories, which is pretty cool. He liked my story and everything like that. That was sick. I don't know why he didn't like my post, but you like my story. I think because the story post you can see the likes, so I don't know really, but yeah, he liked it. I had one D1 guy as well, 5th-year senior at a good college, really good college, one of the top colleges in the state, in the country. Actually commented my videos. I didn't see it. I felt like I egoed him, and I didn't see it at the time. But now I saw it. He viewed my story as well, and he commented on one of my videos. But I didn't see it. I don't know why. I replied to all comments. I didn't see his for some reason. Never got it. So I just saw that a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, oh wow. And yeah, overall, I have everyone like from the state, from my high school, like what I used to look up to back when I was just coming up, when I didn't even have a varsity one. All these guys know who I am now. Some of them view my story a couple times. Some of them search for profiles. Some people just watch me, and like it's cool to think like all these guys. Maybe I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe it's good or bad thing. Oh, how is it even possible? Because a lot of guys, you know, the thing is that like I have guys, well, New York State champ guy who's a D1 guy who's been wrestling D1 for 4 years now, and he's still a true freshman. So I don't really know what that's about, but yeah, I don't know how he did that, but the point was he viewed my story as saying he started in 9th grade and he was bad at 9th grade. So maybe he saw that and he's like, oh yeah, this guy, he's like me. He started late and he actually did it, but he actually started at a weight disadvantage because he had to go from 260. And he like I gotta maybe put some of my wrestling clips, like early wrestling clips. And I don't want to do that right now because I want to just prove my point a little bit. But like, it was really bad. My JV matches. Oh my god, they were awful. Oh my god. You would think like, how is this even the same guy? I was so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, sneaky right hurts. But yeah, there's not really a lot of guys who can do this, who can start where I am and now be where I am right now. And yeah, I'm just really going after, not just in the sport. I don't want to succeed just in the sport. I want to succeed in life, in my whole content and everything, and all my other coaching accounts, and really have a positive impact and be the best version of myself. So yeah, that's really my day today. For now.